Hey friends, Rob Phoenix Power Guy here. Hope you're all doing well. Gorgeous day. It's a little on the cool side this week, but at least for today, we have mostly pretty much full sun all day. So I'm outside. I'm working from home today, so I thought I'd move my operation out into the patio, just where I can hang out in the garden and enjoy it. Um, I have greenhouse update. I have two flats germinating in there. Pretty much everything is germinating and popping through the soil. So I'm really excited about that. I have spring onions, spinach, Roma tomatoes, lavender, which we'll see how that goes. Uh, I have some things like bachelor's buttons and snapdragons and Elysium. Um, there's sage doing well. Peas, they're popping up nice. So anyway, if I've forgotten anything, forgive me. I also separated some peppermint. You know, when you buy it and it's in one big clump, so I separated it. You basically just take it out of the pot and just kind of like cut it into three sections. You can kind of gently tear it apart into three and repot it that way. All three are doing well. I also picked a bunch of roses from our rose bush last night. Look at them. Aren't they gorgeous? They smell amazing. But I did take a cutting. If you cut it like just below where it stems off, cut it below that, um, and then strip off as many leaves as you can so you have a long stem. Dip that piece in honey where you cut it, and then put it in potting soil, and it will. Hopefully, the idea is it will grow roots of its own, and then I can put a new rose bush. Um, Out by the pollinator garden, I have a table and chairs out there, and the idea is for that table and chairs to become sort of um, it's going to be on a little path, but there'll be the high pollinator flowers around it. It'll kind of have that sort of English garden vibe. Um, that's what I'm hoping for anyway. Jasani and I planted about 2,000 wildflower seeds in the new pollinator garden. So fingers crossed they'll come up. Yesterday I noticed there were about 50 birds pecking at the ground. So probably eating a lot of those seeds. It's what it is. Uh, yeah, it's been a really busy year out in the garden, but very productive. So much has gotten done. It is good for the hands to keep working, even though they're hurting all the time. And this one is sort of disfigured from the surgery. Kind of feel like they botched it a little bit because a hand is not supposed to look like that. I don't know. And I'm just modern medicine. The older I get, the less I trust it. Anyway, enough of that. Tomorrow I have a shipment. I ordered a whole bunch of uh, herb seeds from a local supplier. They're delivering them tomorrow. So I'm gonna work on that in the greenhouse. So that'll really take up the whole greenhouse space is all of my herbs. Um, I think I ordered maybe 40 different herbs. So that's really the ultimate goal for the greenhouse is to be filled with all my herbs. I'm going to grow them all right in there. I'm not going to take any of them out. I do have a bunch of herbs already out in like the urban vegetable garden. I did plant some herb seeds in the pollinator garden specifically for the pollinators. Uh, yeah. So another thing I was thinking, we have a magnolia tree on the property. Now, magnolia is, you generally think of the southern states, like North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, that sort of thing. Um, and we're in South Central Pennsylvania, so it's pretty far north for a magnolia. It is not native here at all. So I was reading like medicinal properties and such for magnolia. I'm not sure that I would trust using a non-native um, plant or tree that you transplant yourself until maybe it's had many years to sort of become one with the soil in the new location. I think growing something like herbs from seeds is safe and it retains that traditional medicinal properties. Um, but like the magnolia, for example, I'm not sure I would trust. It does have all sorts of properties, like from the first of all, magnolia trees are very messy. If you don't have a magnolia tree, um, my advice would be don't get one. because in the spring it gets these like pods on it, and then they fall off and they're all over the ground. Then it gets flowers on it. Ours are like a mixture of pink and white. So I don't know if that classifies them as the white ones or the pink ones. Anyway, the flowers come out and they're huge and they're gorgeous, but they're only on for a few days. Then they fall off in the ground and get make a big mess everywhere. Then it gets these ugly looking pods that look like, I don't know what they look like skinny green pine cones or something. And then they fall all over the place. And then finally it gets leaves, these beautiful, shiny green, um, juicy leaves. And then it looks nice for a while. And then in the fall, those all fall down. So it's a very messy tree. And it requires a lot of trimming and clipping and such. So anyway, and the wood is very cool. Like the branches are all like these gnarly pieces and such. But and I've even gotten large pieces that would be great as like walking sticks and such. But once they dry out, they're very brittle. So they don't make good throw sticks or walking sticks. Um, they're just cool to look at. I have a couple of them in the garden, like a teepee tied at the top for my beans to run up. They might not even be strong enough for that. We'll see. I've never used them in that way before. But anyway, I digress. Oh, yeah. What was I? Yeah. So I was just thinking like maybe non-native and maybe somebody way better educated than I am would know the answer to this. Like the medicinal properties, let's just use magnolia as an example. Um, would they be the same in non-native soil as they are where they're natively grown? Because I would think that it's not just the plant, but it's also the combination of the native soil that helps give it those specific medicinal properties. But I could be way wrong. I don't know. Anyway, one, I realized I did this yesterday. Well, let me just backtrack a bit. Way back in the 1990s, when I was learning about witchery and general magic and such, I learned a charm or spell for growing plants. And back then, I was really into growing plants too, but I was crap at it. It was rubbish, everything I tried to grow. But I started using this spell that I learned from a book. Forgive me, I don't remember what the book was. I don't remember who wrote it. And I may not even have the exact wording of it, but I've been using it for over 30 years. And so I'm going to share it with you guys. So if you listen to this and you recognize who wrote it or created it, um, yeah, put it in the commentary below so that person can get credit for it. But it's one of two witchery spells. I just consider it more like folk magic. So anyway, you're putting a blessing over what you've planted. And well, I'll just okay, so it's shoots unfurl and flowers bloom, leaves uncurl in this room. Plants of green, forever strong, grow now here where you belong. Roots push deep and branches climb by the power of the rhyme. Grow now plants, this is the time. I've always loved it. That's it. It has like a rhyming sort of cadence to it. Shoots unfurl and flowers bloom, leaves uncurl in this room. Plants of green, forever strong, grown here where you belong. Roots push deep and branches climb by the power of the rhyme. Grown up plants, this is the time. And so I've said that over the years, for over 30 years. I've said that every time I've planted something, every time I want to grow something. And it says in this room, in this spell, but I use it like in the greenhouse, in the garden, in the dining room, in the house where we put stuff. Flower bed, vegetable garden, whatever. Uh, sorry, it's just a cool like folk spell that I really like, and I really like saying it over the plants. Um, yeah, so there you go. So if your roses are blooming, pick some now. They have great fragrance. Ours are the pink ones. When I picked them yesterday and I put them in here, and I was like, and I noticed there's like all these little bugs crawling in, and that's good. That it needs them, but they're really pretty. They smell nice, and hopefully, wish me luck. I can grow another rose bush from that cutting, uh, but we'll see. I've never ever tried that before, so I'm getting really experimental this year. Um, like for example, with my lavender, I planted direct seeds in four little seedling pots, and they all have something poking through the surface. So hopefully it's lavender. But then I also have um, a whole pack of seeds that I put on a wet paper towel and fold it up and put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer. And you keep that in there for 2 weeks. Then you take it out and let it get to room temperature. And this kind of tricks the flower, the seeds into thinking they were in a dormant winter phase. And once they warm up, now they know it's time to wake up and germinate. So it's kind of like a psychological, that if you could psychologically trick a seed. But I want to experiment and see if that works too. Some local people have said that they can't grow lavender, and I know it's really super tricky. So I'm trying this year. I already have a couple of people waiting. I'm like their surrogate mom for lavender, so I have it brewing in the greenhouse, and two people are on alert to like I'll keep them posted on the progress, and then they can come and have um, some lavender plants. So if you're local and you're interested and you want to try and grow some lavender, maybe you don't have the conditions to grow it. Um, yeah, let me know. If I am successful, you can come on over and have some. Uh, but anyway, that's that. There's a lot in my mind right now because there's so much I want to do, so much I have to do. Maybe I'll do another garden tour video later because so much has changed just in the past 5 days. Yeah, greenhouse yesterday celebrated 1 week birthday, and it's like it's been here forever. Chestnutty had a friend over yesterday, and this little kid is so funny. He's like, "Is this your workshop?" And he's in there sitting, looking around, and I'm like, "Yeah, it kind of is my workshop." But um, okay, so already like the winding down in May. I can't believe how fast time goes, but it's moving along. So I hope all of you are doing well. I hope you are all having a wonderful, wonderful spring, and if you need any healing or anything, let me know. If you're local and would like to come, I am teaching a class on the 7th of June. This is the first time I'm teaching it fully in person, no internet at all. I have two gentlemen coming, both from out of state. So that's very exciting. But it promises to be a fun time. And it'll be a good, whatever. It's going to be a good day. So that's it. I got to get back to work. Like and subscribe and thumbs up and all that good stuff. Share and leave some commentary down below if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, concerns. Otherwise, God bless you guys. Love you all very much. And we will talk again very soon.